The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
They say the sun and a shine for all.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Fun Foods Wholesale, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, the National Insurance Board, Naughty Johnny's, Prestige Island Games, Print Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long. And I'm hoping that you sing my song, It's love. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire.
The Monday, May 13th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Normally, listen, on a Monday, and happy Monday to everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Normally on a Monday, we chime in with Roscoe Thompson live from Abaco. But as you know, Roscoe and about every fire branch and every fire volunteer are still fighting fires in Abaco. And my thoughts and prayers go out to our good friend and our Monday contributor, Mr. Roscoe Thompson, as well as all the volunteer firefighters down there in Abaco and the residents as well. Obviously, there's something afoot. Fires keep popping up. And there's extenuating circumstances as well to all of this. But I don't want to go there right now. But at the end of the day, they're fighting the fires. They have them at bay. But obviously, it's a work in progress. It's continued work. And it's far from over. So put a prayer up for Abaco and for Roscoe and the crew that they can bring all those fires under control. And they get the assistance and support that they need. Now, I see some of the texters just flying in with your text, but I'll be honest with you. I don't want to speculate. But I will talk to Roscoe, obviously, now, and we'll do what we need to do and put it all out on the table. But you know how to chime in. I'm going to open up the lines on the flip side of the break. So we could chop it up however y'all want to chop it up. All right? Whatever y'all want to talk about. And there's lots to talk about. We'll check out the headlines in the Nassau Guardian, News and Views of Madison 1844. What's making headlines in the 242, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Then we'll get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. New arrivals in stock right now at both Fine Thread locations. Be sure to check them out online, finethreads.com. Same thing with John's every Monday, every Tuesday. Brand new arrivals, ladies, just for you. Be sure to check them out, both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta today. Don't forget, wide selection of footwear for men, women, and children, casual, formal, and athletic at John's. We're serving you as a pleasure. In addition to that, you got to, remind you that KFC doing big things as well. They got the new cheese sandwich. When you take the chicken and you take the pizza and you put it together. That's right. You got the chicken breast from the Colonel. You got the mozzarella. You got the marinara sauce. You got the pepperoni. Oh man. Oh, my goodness. All G-O-O-D good. Clearly up there on the sandwich list at KFC. You definitely want to check it out, all right? Get it by itself or get it as a combo. Now, with that being said, we're going to take that quick break. And on the flip side of the break, you'll be able to chime in. Phone line's going to be open, 323-6232 here in Nassau. In New Providence, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll-free, 91 The Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And there you go, boy. I didn't even have to ask for it. See, boy, we're super producer sitting over there on a Monday, boy. You know I wanted this to take me to the break, boy. The voice of the one, YG Molly. Taking us to the break. Time right now is 4:20. Flip side of the break. We'll be opening up the lines and talking about everything on this Monday edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
We all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love till you call me a liar.
Seyen epi chita, s'il vous plaît, yap rele pour radiographie. Tale, c'est ça Talton. Ou pas gen problème dans Forterrace Diagnostic Center, Image at Grosvenor's, nous pas jamais faire plusieurs rendez-vous résultats. Ça veut dire entrer sorti. Si test depuis stage montre écran, radiologue nous ka kondi alternatif test dépitage ça. Kounya la même. Ou bien, relez-nous dans 328 81 57 pour faire rendez-vous à Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, Image à Grosvenor, ou bien relez-nous dans 328 81 57 faire rendez-vous à Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, Image à Grosvenor, ou bien visiter location nous Kamakelod Chodia.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Nice to meet you, Jazz. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an independent 27-year-old manager who wants her own home with her own rules.
Sounds good. You get there.
We see you, the go-getter, with big plans, and we've been keeping you in mind. Follow your goal home with a mortgage from CIBC Caribbean, and don't bother about your home insurance, as we'll help with that and more. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more info. Conditions apply.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
They say the sun and a shine for all. But I hear some people word, yet never shine at all.
These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love till you call me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too, hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long.
The Monday, May 13th edition of Talking Heads continues right now. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. And don't forget, tomorrow, Tuesday, it'll be all about Freeport, the Freeport Report, Grand Bahama Live. Sarah Kirkby and Darren Cooper will be joining me, as they do each and every Tuesday. Wednesday, special guest Matt Aubrey will be in the building along with Mary Jane. Sorry, so it'll be yours truly along with Mary Jane on Wednesday with special guest Matt Aubrey. Thursday, Pearlie's in the building, fresh off of his vacay. So you know you got stories to talk. So the Thursday going to be loaded, fully loaded with Pearlie. And then on Friday, MJ and I back at you again, all right, on the Friday edition of Talking Heads. So it's a fully loaded week coming up. I got some guests that we'll probably end up booking this week, Friday, and then into next week. So, you know, definitely want to check it out. Definitely want to tune in because it's going to be popping. Now, let's look at these headlines. What's making headlines in the 242, all brought to you by Fine Threads. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Madison since 1844. I'm trying to keep a straight face with them. I believe I'll get a second chance. Menace, Bahamians know I care about them. Mr. Producer, can I go on BS? I have to read the whole article, then go on BS. Story by Travis Cartwright Carroll. Be sure to check it out in today's Guardian. Ah, boy. I believe I could still make the NBA with my jump shot, Kermit. You think that might happen? I still believe I could shoot it up good enough from the three that I could get a look at an NBA camp, buddy. Yeah. I'm sure my good friend Michael Foster still believes he could play quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I digress. But what say you on that? Do you believe Dr. Minnis will get a second chance? What do you believe? Let me know. Teen shot dead in separate incidents. Story by Rachel Scott. 2 teenagers were murdered in New Providence over the weekend in separate incidents police believe are connected. In the first incident, which took place on Friday night, an 18-year-old male was shot at a basketball court near school on Wolf Road. Police said they were notified of the shooting by shot spotter around 10:30 p.m. Reports indicate that the young man and 2 other males were on the court when they were approached by 3 other males in hooded jackets. They got into a confrontation, left the area, and one of the hooded males shot the victim. According to information received by police, he was taken to hospital, where he later died. In the second incident, a 15-year-old boy was shot and killed while asleep at a residence on Smith's Lane off Wolf Road early Saturday morning. Police shooting by a shot spotter around 3:15 a.m. According to reports, unknown assailants forced open the boy's bedroom window and shot him multiple times. EMS personnel declared him dead at the scene. Police arrested 2 15-year-old boys in connection with the murder. My God, that's where we're at. Caller, I see you. I'll get to you in a second. Nearly 180 questions unanswered on House agenda. Environment Ministry wants roadside garages out of residential communities. And that's just the front page. So what say you on that? Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking heads.
Hey, good afternoon, man. What's going on?
What's happening, brother?
I see you're still talking about minutes, man.
Well, I mean, that's the big headline right there. Like I say, he believes he'll get a second chance, and he believes Bahamians know that he cares about them. Now, some of us may want to call BS. Chances. Yeah, I do too.
But not in this instance. You had the absolute power. The absolute power. When you have absolute power, and you show your true self, why should we trust you again?
Man, listen, let me show you something. At the end of the day, could walk whatever road they choose to walk in this life and do whatever he has the right to say, I want to challenge leadership. But
right.
At the end of the day, though, you have to live in the real world, too. You have to be a realist, okay?
Exactly.
And you have to see the handwriting on the wall. And sometimes, if you're a realist, then you'll do the right thing and you won't be dog in the manger.
You ever heard the statement, read the room?
Huh?
statement, read the room. I'm a comedian. I've been reading the room for the last 27 years of my life, brother. I know what it is to read the room.
So you were well versed in that statement.
Yes, sir.
You didn't read the room when you call a snap election. And whoever giving you this advice now ain't reading the room again to see the heart of the Bahamian people ain't with you, buddy.
And some people would look at that snap as a form of quitting. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And nobody respects a quitter.
That's what people feel. Like you done do what you had to do, get all your money, whatever you get, and that's gone.
You know what they say, winners never quit and quitters never win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can wait for the next hour, though. Hey, talk to you about them New York Rangers.
Yeah, boy. I see ya. But yeah, they still looking good, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, that's money, man. That's money, man. They got to make some money now. That's the New York market, you know.
You've been on the Rangers for a minute. We'll chop it up in the 5 o'clock when it comes to sports, all right, bro? Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
But what say you? I mean, like I say, I believe I get a second chance at shooting a three ball in the NBA tournament. It could happen. It could happen. I still believe that on St. Patrick's Day, 2 Irishmen could walk out of a bar sober. It could happen. Highly unlikely, but it could. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Yeah, good afternoon, Naughty. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's happening, man? Believe, brother. Tell me, what do you believe?
Okay, I believe that the Minnis faction still haven't gotten the actual magnitude of the hate and how angry they made the Bahamian electorate. They still haven't appreciated that yet. For them to be showing their heads at such an early stage in this situation, when this is still fresh in the Bahamian people's mind. I mean, when I look at some of the policies that Dr. Minnis implemented, that he said that he wants to continue, it's traumatizing to me, Naughty. And I'm a man over 50. It's traumatizing, because, let me give you an example of one, which I thought was a stupid idea. Let's look at the land policy that he talked about, empowering the young people, the young professionals. Dr. Minnis met a housing program that has been in place through the government, through the Ministry of Housing, for over 50 years. And he shut it down. Didn't build one house. At a time when Bahamians needed housing. He decided now that he's going to focus on the 18-year-olds, between the 18 and 35-year-olds, and forget about their parents. Like as if all persons who wouldn't have acquired a home before 35, it meant that they spent all of their money on righteous living. I mean, if you want to empower the young professional, Naughty, you couldn't do both of them simultaneously.
That's what visionary people do. You give them options.
You give them an option. You allow the person who is over 35 to acquire a home. See, because some of these 18-year-olds would have been these people children. Some parents sacrifice to educate their kids.
Correct.
And you're going to tell me now that their kids are back from university because they're over 35, they shouldn't be entitled to apply for a home? That was a stupid idea. Very stupid. And to say you want to continue on with that notion, it's only going to get the Bahamian people angry. You see, check this out, Naughty. After the FNM would have won in 2017, they would have accumulated over 91,000 votes. The PLP, on the other hand, in 2017,
right, and look at the difference in 2021.
So in essence, they would have had 1,000 vote advantage in every polling, in every constituency, or 39. At least 1,000 votes. They would have been leading by 1,000 and got run down. Then they had a 35 to 4 seat advantage and got run down.
And then blown out after they got run down.
But they still haven't. I said, look, this is what you do. Forget the few people who you would have empowered and want you to come back. Forget those cronies. Has a scientific polling been done in all 39 constituencies to see how people feel about you coming back? There's the scientific data to suggest that these constituents want these people out.
What was the scientific data telling you the last time? You shouldn't call an early election, but obviously if there was that scientific data, he didn't need it.
Who does that? Let me tell you something. In 1997, when Mr. Ingram was about to call an early election, you see what he did? You see what he did, right? You remember Lincoln Butler? I was the member of Parliament for Salem. He sent him to Washington as the beard ambassador.
Correct.
He said someone will take that job. You see, then you had Bosie Roll went to New York as a consul general. Those persons were moved before the 1997 election. But Dr. Minnis ran every one of those lousy MPs. Everyone. Many of whom, if the research would have been done, they wouldn't have been qualified. They shouldn't have been given the nomination. Many of them, you call their phone, they're not taking your call, they're not returning your call. And then you have these same persons, and for example, Golden Gate. You got Michael Folks. Prior to the 2021 election, Michael Folks had won 12 of the 13 polling division in Golden Gate. 12 of the 13. The present member of Parliament came in there less than a year and was able to win 13 out of 13 polling divisions.
But now do you think that was an indication of how much people hated Minnis or a poor job that Mr. Folks did? Because for what I heard, in all intents and purposes, he did a good job out there. People were impressed with what he did.
Good job.
And
I live in Golden Gate.
He's still doing community efforts. That's what I'm hearing. But you tell me, you live there.
Listen what I'm saying.
So you there, you can tell me.
Here's what I'm saying. We had this discussion, I said, folks, what are you going to run on? That was the program. What your initiative? What were the initiatives that you implemented? There wasn't none. You know what I mean? And this didn't have anything to do with Dr. Minnis. Shannon Dawn Cartwright ran in the belly of the PLP. Didn't he win? You see?
Yes.
So why those other ones didn't win theirs? That's because they were doing a lousy job. When you call them, they don't take your call. They don't return your call. They were after they were arrogant. Many of them were arrogant. Many of them caused. I mean, what you think would have led to that one of the lowest voter turnout in the modern Bahamas? Come on, man! It didn't all have to do with Dr. Minnis. Many of those.
But it's
MPs,
a collective because now, if you're talking about the MPs, well, if you didn't rein them in as the leader, you just as culpable.
That's exactly my point.
If I got a locker room and everybody drinking and smoking and I'm the head coach and I don't say nothing and I go out with Brewski with you, I'm just as bad. I'm part of the problem.
See, some people may not like the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Ingram's style, right? But the man was a politician. You got to give him his credit. What he would have done, he used to drive around in these various constituencies and get a first-hand information for himself on how the MPs were functioning. That's how he was able to decide who will run and who ain't going to run. He did that. But when you're going to just allow and rely on many of those persons who ran on the F&M ticket last time shouldn't have run, then diligence would have been done.
You can have seen that Dr. Minnis wasn't really into any mentorship from Mr. Ingram or Mr. Christie. Look at the face of the hurricane. They stepped in and said, let's try help you get this done. Let's bring some relief to the country through our network. I can do it myself. And the jury's still out. Some say he did an awesome job. So, I asked people in Alco and other places, they wouldn't say the same.
And then Doc go and surround himself by not because you gave someone a contract, it means that you should be baking bread with them too. There's different levels to this thing, It's different levels, Naughty.
There's lines of
But the persons that Dr. Minnis was breaking bread with, they never should have been a part of the equation. You got your contract, you move on. But they were the people who were giving him bad advice.
But caller, I don't want to cut you off because this is a great call, but I got the phone lines are full and I got to get to the other calls. But great points. Excellent points. Don't be a stranger, man. Talking heads.
Hey, good day, Naughty.
Afternoon. What's going on?
What's going on here?
You had a good Mother's Day?
Oh, yes.
Awesome sauce. All right, what you got for me today?
Listening to the gentleman talk, a lot of those MPs really did get voted out, if you look at it, because I know of, let's just say Travis Robertson, for one. He was doing a good job and still is doing a good job in being a grandstand. Now, there are persons who don't like him. Obviously, you can't please everybody. But he got voted out because of Minnis. Persons told him that. Because they did not want to they wanted to be ensured that Minnis was not getting back, a lot of those MPs lose their seat because of Minnis. Yes, Shannon Dawn and the others, they still, even Minnis hold his seat. But
yeah, but if you look at Minnis' constituency, he went from winning by like 500 votes the previous time to winning by only like 200 the last go round. So obviously the gap was closed.
He himself almost got voted out. You understand? And then to me, it still showed that the Bahamian people still didn't have even though they hated him, they still didn't have a great enough faith in the PLP because look at the low voter turnout.
Correct.
That there speaks volumes of what they felt about the PLP and the way the Prime Minister and his cabinet ministers are now
what they felt about both Silver Dollar as far as one, the incumbent, Dr. Minnis. Well, we don't have confidence there. We don't want to vote there. And like you said, the opposition, it was the same thing. So it really showed us that our options were horrible and thus the low voter turnout.
Thank you. So look at the difference between when Minnis took over from Christie. They literally showed up in numbers. You understand?
And I think that was
with 4 seats.
But I think that was more of a testament again to the dislike at that point of the Christie administration. They wanted to see them gone at all costs, and they gave Dr. Minnis the black.
And show faith in the F&M government. So had they done the theme with this person, even show up more, like more than who showed up. Actually, I would have feel like, okay, yeah, people have faith in the brave, Mr. Philip Brave Davis and his leadership abilities. But obviously, the persons didn't feel the same, so they didn't show up at all. That don't speak volumes of you.
No. And the only
To
reason
my
why
view, it doesn't.
And the only reason why there's any genuine interest by the PLP and their trolls or their political propagandists for Dr. Minnis' return is they know chalk when they see it. If the F&M is led by Dr. Minnis in the next election, the PLP will beat the brakes off the F&M again.
Exactly, and I feel like that's why I said last week, I sent a message to Dr. Minnis, please sit this one out. Someday, yes, you can come back, but not today. We are still hurting from where you left off. However, I feel like Mr. Davis should have looked at his our time to shine. Let's try to make a 3, not even a 2, a 3 straight. Let's work hard to get the people's confidence back. What he's doing the opposite. Really? Now we done barely come out to support you. You making us feel we were
I just caught a flight. He's traveling again. That's what I hear.
Travel Braves, hello.
There you go. I appreciate the call, Silver Dog. Good stuff as always, man. All right? Let's check out these other calls. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Lordy. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? Turn your radio down for me a little bit, man. What's happening?
I already did. I just came to the mechanic shop to pick up my car.
All right.
First of all, sorry I missed the drop on the weekend by you.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, listening.
I got a decision between going to a jazz club or the comedian club.
Sparky, I believe the jazz club was closer to the entrance and closer to the bar, so you went to the jazz club. It's all good, though. I got you next time at the comedy club, man.
No, it wasn't nothing to do with the bar. Never couldn't drink.
All right.
The jazz club was down like Carlisle roundabout, and you was Paradise Island.
Oh, you was gallivanting. That's what you was doing.
So I just caught in the middle. It was just that decision.
All right. Well, what you got for me today, Sparks?
Now, the thing is, everybody's on the Minnis thing. Now, you know, now, the Minnis thing is, Minnis caused that on them boys. Most of them who went in the House Assembly for the first time. A lot of them was arrogant. And we saw that coming right out the gate with them and they knew chauffeur, chopped out, the new chauffeur, their new car, and their new three-piece suit. That's going to their head right away. Because it was our boys who used to drink big party with carrying on. Then they wouldn't have to be going no more. So we saw just what was happening. And we got ready for them. And then the goblin came out. You remember the goblin came out, working overtime on social media.
Yeah, you was gobbling all right, boy. You had potty mouth, boy. You had $10 words, boy.
There was 10 of them. My mother used to call them 10-pound boys.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make that reference to my mummy, God bless her, dad used to say the same thing, but I know this younger generation might not have caught the 10-pound reference.
Yeah, but they don't know about 10 shillings and 10 pounds.
I don't know. I know they don't know about tuppence either. Anyway, Sparks, let me have a good day, man. Appreciate you calling, my brother. Talking Heads.
Yeah, we don't hate you. You just not even name.
What's going on, GNN? What you got for me?
If I tell you what's up, then you might talk it.
I got to. That's my job. You got to make the Bahamas better. What you got?
Right away. Well, everybody talking about this. See, I ain't got to go down that road with all this, what he's doing or what it. Minnis is insane. Minnis is crazy. You see, the Bahamian people need to see that. Because I'll take his last administration. Minnis told Hostel Peace here, fellas, not even you over the hill. Oh, sorry. This time ain't for y'all. The next time, right?
Right, next time is for the poor.
So silly. And let Halson Moutry cause him cut. He tell him short trying to get rid of Halson Moutry on the House of Assembly. Right? He's cut himself by 1 year. Now he's trying to come back. So all these people talk, some people talk about game this, game that. What you think he telling the Bahamian people again? I ain't finished what I was doing to y'all the first time. So I will come back to finish that. You think he turning the Negroes This next time, if he come back again, he got to finish what he started the last 4 years. That's how insane sometimes the Bahamian people is. They ain't understanding what men is saying.
No.
I ain't worrying about all of this and the Oban and all them things he started. But his oligarchs, his rich boys, all the plastic bags and all them things, they saved them. He saved them money.
Hey, listen, GNN, you on to something. A lot of Texas chime in with the same sentiment, man. So how you think, cut and dry, you believe he can get a second chance, yes or no?
He must get old on with Christie. Because Christie's the only man ain't no post out there for the man a second chance.
Well, listen, on another note, GNN, I spoke to my good friends at the Humane Society. They picked up your information. They called Animal Control. They're following it up on me, so I should have an answer by Wednesday as to that situation right there in back of the new embassy, right there near Mason and thing on that cut road you're talking about.
Yeah, Mullins Lane and Sands Lane and Mullins.
Sands Lane. That's what I told him. Sands Lane. Correct.
Yeah, but Menace insane, man. You know, he forget the $19,000 for his Oban. Oban started off first. You know, remember that?
Man, look here, all kind of things you could talk, man.
Thank you.
What about the purchases for the embassy? But anyway, we can do that alone.
Hold on. One question I got from Dr. Minute. Can you please tell the Bahamian people, when you wanted to suspend our constitution, how come Albany remained open throughout the duration of COVID, and it was understood, alleged, that some high-ranking government officials got $2 million to keep Albany open? Tell him to answer that question, then he could come back.
All right, my brother, appreciate you. Let me get to the text lines. Good stuff as always, JLM. Be safe. All right, let's get to the text lines. Texas, boy, you all hot today. All right, here we go. Naughty, social service in North and Central Andros have not paid the food stores for the past 3 months for groceries received by the coupons they give to customers. So headquarters for social services have not issued coupons as yet for the month of April. People need their food, and the stores need their money. Boy, that seems like that's a little catch-22 down there in Andros. Let me make some calls on that and do my due diligence and follow up on that. That's not a good thing. Good day. Please inform Dr. Minnis and Richard Johnson we in Grand Bahama working hard with Pintard so they could stop hiding when hosting their private functions. The only way we believe Grand Bahama will get results is when we have a PM from Grand Bahama. Hashtag unstoppable together. Hashtag going hard with Pintard. Boy, y'all in full swing. Let's get to these other texts. Naughty. Minnis must appeal to the public to beg them to take up arms on his behalf, as he knows he's already lost the internal party fight. Minnis removed the constitutional rights and kept us under his personal subjection and oversaw theft of food and corruption beyond belief. No mas, no more Minnis. Boy, how do you all really feel? All right, here we go. Boy, that's a long one right here. Great show as usual, Naughty. After 5 years in the political wilderness and being politically ostracized by his party and muscled like a political animal, you don't think Dr. Minnis changed his ways? Boy, I tell you, y'all don't like lockdown. I don't know if he's changed his ways. Maybe some of us don't even want to know. You know what they say about leopards not changing their spots, right? Naughty, Brent supporting Pintard is not a good look for Pintard. Brent can support whoever he wants. A checkbook that size, he can support whoever he wants. All right, here's another caller. I see. I'm coming to you right now. Let me get these other texts in. Texas, y'all ain't easy, boy. Y'all just texting away. Naughty, great point made. Minnis clearly is not able to read the room. Not reading the room of 100 people, but rather reading 2 people in the room. Naughty Dr. Minnis, the person who got rid of the 1-cent penny and plastic bags as the biggest issues in the Bahamas, is delusional and a psychopath
as your friend Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. And you're, oh, Biden is my friend. And if I was American, how do you know what I would be? Now, if I jump on this and say, you sound like a Trumper, then you might get upset, hey? Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads. Talking heads. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey.
How you do?
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm happy fly out, then going flying out again.
Yeah, happy flyer than happy flying. Frequent flyers.
Flying again, oh boy. But them people in Andrews, sorry for them, but you know they gotta remember now that $25,000 with them fellas them take from the disabled group. They ain't put that back here.
I know, you know. That was to memorialize Mr. Wilsham. Lord bless the dead.
Yeah, but that's not like a political thing. You think Michael Bendad them no risk to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You see, that's to let them know that's how them fellas them think. They impenitent. They don't have no regret and shame for their actions or their attitude, right? And then another thing. When you look at what they're trying to do with this electrical thing, Florida Power and Light, the whole state of Florida, right? Break up Florida Power and Light, and they're trying to break up little BPL on top, but put it sell it out to
connect the dots with that whole BPL thing, man. I've been telling you all that.
Yeah, but that's what the people have to think about. So we have to look at it that they can do what they feel like doing, and they told us that. That's the government what the people gave. People didn't show up to the polls, and Mr. Happy Fry out them know he ain't got no great mandate to run this country. PLPs is pissed off. FNM was pissed off from the pandemic and whatever Menace is doing. But sorry for Menace, and you have to just live with what it is. You see? So, you know, they just got to sit back. Sorry for the people in Andres, but remember too, Bimini and West End, they get all of them promises. What they promised in the by-election since Obi died?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And then another
I got asked tomorrow when Grand Bahama come on tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Well, Grand Bahama poised to have a prime minister, member of parliament to represent them. So once you take care of the first thing, minister get his cut up, and then we ain't got to pay him no full prime minister pension. And then once the whole of Freeport, they won't come back, and if they elect my boy Michael Pentad, then they'll have someone who's the prime minister to take care of. He fly out.
All right. Man? Well, let me fly out and get these other calls, man. Good call as always. Cool. Check me tomorrow. Be safe. Bless. Next call. Talking Heads.
Bless up, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
Yeah, you tell me, man.
I
blind and I dumb. But time will come, you know. I was trying to call into Howard a little earlier, right? You know, Howard is a very bright guy, but you know, the political talk and the political intrigue, yet still the people in fatigue.
Yes, sir.
Now, we might support on our battle fatigue, but you know, the thing is, I'm very, very upset, you know, at 60 coming up in August, right? 60 years of non-clairvoyancy and BS, right? Howard is my boy, but, you know, Howard would come on like a PSYOPs officer today for my boy Minutes, right? I mean, as to relate to politics, he was correct, but listen to me. There's another side of this, right? During this pandemic, there was science, and there was pseudoscience, and there were lies, right? So, given the fact that I was so concerned about my people, but the sheeple on the plantation, the play-eating sheep, didn't realize that I was speaking the truth. Now, it's not about me, but here's why I'm upset. We, as black people, see, being conformed, we were just saying yes sir, right? But if you are not complying at home, and you're saying no at home to every mandate from the government, etc., but you're saying yes to the international community. So saying no at home and saying yes abroad, it doesn't matter because the global agenda is the same. So what I was upset about, not just the lies about the science and the job, was the fact that when you dispense a vaccination to people, human beings, okay? We know about the Nuremberg International Law in which people should not be subjected to experiments, right? Without their consent. So we saw where they wanted to get rid of informed consent, where they said, yes, take the vaccine. But what was upsetting to me, listen carefully, everybody, don't listen, go and read. When you put in vaccination out to the public, you use absolute risk reduction data or the math. You don't do relative. So we can't delve into the difference, but it is misleading. The relative risk reduction is misleading in that it is relative to whatever variables and numbers that they're using. It can be relative to an insignificant amount of people. But when you do absolute, just the word absolute means this is the absolute risk reduction. So it was efficacious, the vaccine I'm referring to. And using relative risk reduction in their calculations is really misleading. So I'm upset that him being a doctor didn't know that it is disingenuous to give me data on relative risk reduction. You should have used absolute risk reduction. I was saying this over and on the radio, but as a non-pundit, it means I was talking garbage. So I can't appreciate what he was doing. He's saying, I don't talk about Oban and other stuff like that, okay? I don't even want to talk about that. I just want to talk about science that he should have known, that he was over presuppositional or over presumptuous about, and dispensing vaccines to people. I'm also upset that he didn't implement an adverse events reporting system because the sheeple on the plantation wasn't intelligent or knowledgeable enough to know that this was necessary. So I'm afraid that people don't know the truth and they can't discern BS from nothing, but some of them are educated. But when you come and talk sense, you were the one, or you have to be a doctor to put out the truth to the radio. So I'm afraid that our downfall would be our ignorance and our blind trust and our disrespect for one another. That's where the problem comes in. Not being able to know the truth when you hear it. So that makes you an imbecile. Bless up, yeah.
Yes, 52. Good stuff as always, man. Great points. 52, listen, from my first thought, it's like 52's contributions. Talking heads, let's get to the next call. Talking heads.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, Nori?
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I just calling for, you had a caller, maybe 3 callers back, who, one of your popular female callers, I don't know her name, but nonetheless, she was giving some statistics, but not statistics. She was giving her opinion that we had a greater showing of voters who came out to vote medicine than that than the election cycle before, and she was using that as a means of I guess giving her opinion to suggest that the people didn't want minutes, right? That they should go with Pentax. But what I want to point out is, in both the minutes, former Prime Minister Minutes and opposition leader Pentax in the last election, they both lost considerable support over what they had. And when you look at the numbers as a whole over the country, we've been seeing a dwindling down of persons going to the polls, and that has continued. We had a bigger drop in the last election, but from the last time Ingram was Prime Minister to the time when Christie took over to the time when Ingram took over again, we've been losing as a percentage. We've been losing 2 percentage points each election cycle over that of the prior election cycle.
Okay, so let me just ask you this question. If you say, according to your statistics, in your opinion...
No, it's not my statistics.
Well, hold on. Let's not get sidetracked here. If you can make the reference that other people have their statistics in their opinion, you have your statistics in your opinion. So
right.
let's keep it moving.
I got it from the
and that's fine.
government side, though.
That's fine. Wouldn't it tell you that a decline in every election cycle, like you said, 2% or more each time, shouldn't that tell you by where we had the last election cycle that people are fed up with both options?
There was a much bigger drop in the last cycle. Well, I'm naughty.
Because that was my point, the options. You know, like a couple of years ago when they had Trump and they had Biden, I was like, I can't make fun of American presidencies no more. Your options are horrible. Y'all can't laugh at this. So that's what we are too.
Generally speaking, we've enjoyed around 90% voter turnout, which is extremely high, right? At one point, we even had almost 100% turnout. However, Noddy, let's not forget, we had the COVID-19. Some call it scandemic. Some call it
pandemic.
But we had the COVID-19
Some call it scamdemic.
Pandemic. We had the COVID-19 pandemic, and at the time we had elections. We were going through a considerable turnaround in terms of persons who were being infected. We had very low supply of sanitizers, and we had very low supply of masks, and we had those considerations to add to the mix on top of a 2% drop every election cycle over the last 20 years, which I believe accounted, in my view, I believe the COVID-19 pandemic accounted for what was the considerable big drop or major drop in the voter turnout versus the election cycle before that.
Well, God forbid we won't have another pandemic, and maybe in 2026, if you're prime minister, don't call it in 2025. We'll see a healthy voter turnout. Wouldn't you want to see the most amount of voters turned out to make that call?
I'll end my point by saying, personally, absolutely, I always believe and I always encourage persons to exercise what was fought for by the original cabinet of our country to give us the right to vote and determine our political destiny, right? Even though we don't really determine our political destiny in the truest sense of those words, because we don't have the factors in place that we can utilize to hold politicians to on a day-to-day basis as they go through the cycle of 5 years. We only have predominantly the uprising factor, and then the going to the polls.
That's why we need some recalls put in there, man. 2.5 years in, if AMP's not doing work, we need to be able to change them up, switch them up, flip the script.
And so, to answer your question and end at the same time, I do hope that we see a much greater voter turnout. I believe that the government I support, my government, has a great responsibility based on our performance in ensuring the change in the low voter turnout that we have seen, especially in the last cycle. And I think one of the factors coming out of the F&M convention that would make any real difference, it would not be mere talk and promises. They're going to have to do a lot more in order to show themselves viable.
All right, well, hey, Anton, that's a good point. We got to get to the news. But I'm kind of shocked. Me and you actually agree on something today, Anton. We want a bigger voter turnout next election. You see? When we have a civil conversation, we find the common ground. Good stuff. Let's take that quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll be talking Texas. I get to you. We'll wrap this up, and we'll get into the sports. But we'll let it drag over a little bit into the 5 o'clock. It's a Monday edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
In the moonlight, baby, if you with me, better do right.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day. For the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. Island Games is fun, so when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to play Island Games. We like them other jokers, we've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Is it a burger? No. Is it pizza? Come on, man, it's KFC. Whatever the crunch this is, it's delicious. New, the Kentucky Chizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. Order your Chizza Sandwich now at KFCNassau.com or at your favorite KFC restaurant today. It's new and it's radical. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's, well worth the trip.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dream come true. We playing with Island Games.
But I hear some people work, you never shine tall.
These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you
We're back at you on the Monday, May 13th edition of Talking Heads, waiting for Purdy to chime in. We will be talking sports this hour, the majority of this hour, but I'm going to use a couple of minutes in the top of the hour just to get to some of these texts, man, because we had a ton of texts chime in, and I'd be remiss if I didn't, get to them, man, because I appreciate all my texts as well. Naughty, maybe a bit off topic, but I think you need to do a Bahamian conspiracy theory show. I like listening to all the stuff Minnis has done and what the real implications of it. Wink, wink, wink. Can't just do it about him. Got to do it about all if we do that. Yeah, but I'll take that into advisement there, Tex. So we might, I can talk to MJ and Purdy. We might put our heads together to do something. Naughty, we working hard with Pintard and Freeport. Okay. Freeport ain't bashful, bro. They putting it out there. Naughty, big old prosperous USA still allowing the use of plastic bags and pennies, but Minnis stopped the struggling Bahamians from utilizing them. Y'all still hook up on them plastic bags, hey? Who was the real reason that brought your administration down? The removal of plastic bags. You know how many things we could do with them plastic bags, boy? Huh?
You know something? That's one thing I kind of support, because after I did my research and saw that big island big in the state of Texas, a plastic floating in the ocean, I changed my mind on that thought. Right. Now, I like when I see a lot of plastic companies investing money to recycle plastic. That's a good thing.
Boy, just let them go to their big reunion and graduation in Minnesota. They feel themselves from St. John's. So come right in, like take right over. Don't even want no introduction or nothing. No good afternoon, no good evening. Very Minnis-like in your approach, how you came in. Very aloof toward the media this afternoon. Very flippant. Very flippant. You didn't even say good afternoon, no. You just came in. All you need to say right now is A is A, B is P, C is C, 1, 2, 3, element of P, and then walk off.
I went to Zach. I know what 1, 2, 3 and A, B, C is, so I ain't got to say that.
You could spell no.
I know how to spell no, and I definitely know how to spell unstoppable. Okay,
but anyway, glad you're back and all that. I was just getting to a few things, doing a little housekeeping, boy, but you've come firing in, but I was, I was being facetious when I said that, but I thank you for, cementing that point about, the plastic island that was seen. I agree with that. Now, I'm big into the environment, so I don't really have an issue with that because I was kind of off plastic for a little while. But
this is your way of saying this is your way of saying we miss you, Pearly. That's what you're trying to say.
No, because your head big enough already. You come back, all the head done swell up from Minnesota. Pearly, look at you, man. Look how young you look, Pearly.
Man, I can't believe I saw you.
Oh my God, Pearly! It's the Pearl. It's the legend.
I saw a guy I've been saying since 1985, and he recognized me. So I feel like I still ain't aged that much, you know. Leave it. Let's move on to sports. Leave it.
Caller, I see you. Let me stop laughing hysterically and do these last couple.
Let's get into the day in sports history.
Let me finish these texts up, Pearly. But listen, it's got a little bit even more caliente since you've been gone. Okay.
I know one thing. I realized why I came home. I can't take that cold.
Boy, I laugh at you and that.
43 degrees. 43. No, man.
Boy, Naughty, I don't know what's going on with Anton today. He's well behaved. But boy, is he a spin doctor. People decided way before COVID that they were not voting for Minnis. Remember the entire Urban mess and the first cabinet revolt happened before COVID. Fair enough.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. Because if you had luck, but you know, I think COVID was the problem. COVID and the way they handled COVID.
And Naughty, I heard you and Anton found common ground. The world soon ends. Something today, Pearly.
What did you agree on?
We agree that there should be more voter turnout for the next election. We would like to see as many voters come out so we can have a true determination of the amount of voters we actually have and taken from from the maximum. You know what I mean? The most amount of voters we could have. Not like the turnout we had the last go around.
As a country, before we celebrated around 90% voter turnout.
Right.
The problem I see is we got to convince these first-time and second-time voters to come out. That's going to be to get young people to be interested in the politics and to be interested in what's going on in their country and to be interested in voting. Better they vote, however. So you got to get young people out.
All right, I'm getting these last couple of texts, and we get the call, and then we'll get into sports. Naughty, that texter is talking foolishness. Brent is a bad image for Pintard. Brent has experience in this and money to back him. It's going to be a good turnout to get rid of a bunch of robber Antifas. We will see a big turnout in the voting in voters, Naughty. And here's another one. Naughty, we have to pray for rain. There's a bushfire now on Airport Road in the vicinity of Odyssey Airport and beyond. I hope no flights are delayed, and I hope that gets under control ASAP. Naughty, due to Minnis lockdown, my mom spiraled into dementia fast. I couldn't go to church, go for her regular walks, etc. I will never forgive Minnis. Boy, Naughty, you better be careful throwing shade on the competent authority. Carefully don't come back and lock you down or fine you. And listen, you could never lock me down in there because I used to call the hotline and tell them I ain't on the road. And I used to have my mask, and I never did work for government, so I good. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, what's up, Naughty? What's up, Pearly?
Hey, what's going on, Mystery?
Everything good. Listen, I know you all going to the pick zone, but this have nothing to do with picks. I just want you all personal picks on who's coming out the East and who's coming out the West, please. Then I got to go. I want you first, Naughty.
East. I like the Boston Celtics in the East, and I like the winner of the Dallas Mavericks Denver Nuggets outcome. I think Dallas and Denver are going to put two young teams down. I like Minnesota, and I like OKC.
Hold on.
No.
I said let's go.
Hold on, let me finish what I can say.
Who's coming out of the particular series? Let's come from East first.
I say Boston clear cut in the East. It's still a toss-up between Dallas and Denver right now in the West.
Dallas and Denver in the East. There's two teams still playing in the East.
I said Boston in the East, bro. What part are you geographically challenged? I'm telling you who coming out the East going to the finals. Boston.
No, I don't mean who's going to the finals. Who's coming out the East out of these particular series now?
I like Boston.
Uh-huh.
And I like Indiana, and Boston will beat Indiana. And I'm basing my Indiana pick on the fact that everybody and their ma on the New York Knicks is injured.
Okay, give me your Western picks, please.
Dallas and Denver. The winner of Dallas and Denver will be the Western Conference representative.
Okay, Pearly,
listen, I was quite high on the two young teams in the West, Oklahoma and Minnesota. But like Pearly said,
I want Pearly
they are away.
But
I finished with you. Let me get Pearly.
Well, I finished with you. It's my show, sucker. Now you can talk to Pearly.
Gentlemen.
Now you can talk to Pearly.
I like Boston. I like Boston. I would have liked the Knicks, but because the whole team hurt, might as well say the whole team hurt. I think Boston will come out of the East. They'll beat Indiana in maybe 5 games, maybe 6 if they're lucky. I like Dallas in that.
No. I want to know who's winning out of the 4, the 2 series in the East and the 2 series in the West.
Let me finish. I picked.
We'll finish the East first.
To beat Indiana out of the East. I like Dallas to beat Minnesota out of the West. I really believe Minnesota gonna win tomorrow night.
Naughty, please explain to him what I'm dealing with.
I don't know what you didn't win. You need to tell us what you didn't win.
I didn't say who. I didn't say who. I didn't listen. I'm asking. There's 4 teams playing in the East and 4 teams playing in the West.
Yes.
Out of these 4 teams, out of the 4 teams,
yeah,
who's going to beat who to go to the next round?
And I told you,
series.
Boston is going to go. Is going to move on, and Indiana's going to move on.
Okay, right? That's what I want to know. Okay.
I also
Boston and
told
Indiana.
you that Dallas is going to move on, and I believe Minnesota is going to move on. My only problem with Minnesota is it shows me why Gobert should have not been the defensive player of the year, because regular season Gobert is not playoff Gobert. But I still believe that Minnesota is going to come out there. So it's going to be Boston against Indiana and Dallas against Minnesota.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
And then to push it all the way down, Boston and Dallas in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Indiana coming out, though.
Indiana's going to beat the Knicks because the Knicks got too many injuries. And Brunson just can't do that all by himself. He has no help anymore. Everybody hurt. That's their problem. Plus their legs, because so many people are hurt. The coach only goes 6 and 7 deep, and that ain't working. The legs are gone. Their legs are gone. So that's the problem. I would have picked the Knicks to come out of the East to beat Boston and all, but not with those injuries.
Okay. After this round, I'll come back to you all with the Thank you, gentlemen.
Take care. Be safe, bro. Let me just get this in real quick, Burley. Naughty, I'm on Airport Road right now. They're turning traffic back when you arrive at Odyssey Airport. Find an alternate route. So if you are going west and you are taking that road, Coral Harbor, that goes out that way, and you pass Odyssey,
you better go Carmichael Road.
Tremendous bushfire out there, so please avoid that. Find an alternate route. All right? Go ahead, Birdie.
I tell him go Carmichael Road.
I know you had something else to say.
No, I'm good. You know, I'm good. We talked about it. I just think Gobert is just a waste of time. He never should have been defensive player of the year. I would have given it to Wemby or I'd have given it to AD.
Yep.
Before I give it to Gobert.
I agree.
This ain't nothing new with Gobert. You know. I think when he was in Oklahoma before he came here, or somewhere else.
Gobert was in Utah.
Utah, right? This ain't the same thing happened before.
And again, the problem is he slows teams down with his defense.
And he's 7'3", man. He can't play no defense. He no rim protected these playoffs. He looking bad. He looking like a 6 man. He should be coming off the bench.
Get to the call real quick, Pearly. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty.
What's happening?
Hey, Super Doll again.
What's going on?
Hi, you Pearly, darling.
How you doing? I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Naughty, I know it's sports time, but I wanted to just say there is a tractor trailer head that is, I think, broken down here by Rubis on, Prince Charles Robinson.
Okay.
In the bottleneck there. So it's in the middle of the road. It has the traffic in the mall yard, up the highway, up Robinson Road, up Marathon Road.
So Robinson Road, Marathon, the roundabout, all of that kabunkel up.
Everything is just terrible up here right now. And the only way, whoever's coming to move this truck has to come from the east to get it. Because you can't get to it. It's right in the bottleneck heading east.
Oh, wow.
So
That's horrible. That's nasty. And that area has traffic to begin with anyway on a regular.
Thank you. At this hour, and now the traffic is like tripling up. So, if anybody listening, try to come up Soldier Road, or if you don't have to pass this way, you're going south, come find another route. This is terrible out here, man. Nothing moving.
All right, Silverdog, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, we got two situations going on. So at the end of the day, you got the one out there on the airport road, and you have the one on Robinson Road. So please use a little bit of be proactive rather than reactive. Take an alternate route now and avoid that situation. All right, let's get this call in, Pearly. Talking Heads.
Brother Naughty.
Hey, what's happening, Prophet?
Brother Pearly, welcome back, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Boy, sometimes we often complain, but, as you stated, it's still a little better in the Bahamas, eh?
Always better in the Bahamas, always.
I gonna make this comment, and then I gonna move to sport. I am hoping and believing, I hope these fires is not conspiracy. I just hope that. And I'll move on. My pick out of the East, Boston. There's a saying that my forefathers used to say, new broom sweep clean, but old broom know where the dirt lies. Denver has found a chemistry. Yes, I like that young player, Anthony. What was his name? Edwards, I think. I love him, but I think the Denver now find their chemistry on how to beat them. So it will be Denver again, and they will repeat as champion.
I don't think Denver could beat Boston, but anyway.
I could barely hear you, Pearly.
I don't think Denver could beat Boston, but you never know. They're defending champs, and Old Broom know where the dirt hide. You're right.
What you say, Naughty?
I think in the East, I think Boston is the clear best team in the Eastern Conference. I think they should get out of the East. However, and especially since New York is dismantled by injury, it looks like Indiana's going to screw. So I think Boston has the clearer path, the easier path. I think they get it done. They represent the East. I think Oklahoma City and Minnesota, two young teams. And, I thought they were ready to go, especially Minnesota. But I think the 1 year where they got to get the experience, like Pearly says, sometimes you got to get there and not just have that great regular season record, but get that playoff experience. Oklahoma City is new, milk around the mouth to the playoff. So obviously, they're going to tote some. And despite playing well, Denver's experience, I think, is going to get it done. That series is 2-2, and Dallas is up 2-1. I think Dallas and Denver come out of those series. They play in the Western Conference Finals. And that there, I still want to make my call a little later on, a little closer to that series starting. I want to see them wrap up the series they're in now and see what we're dealing with injury-wise and momentum-wise going in. But the winner of Dallas and Denver will represent the Western Conference. I think if it's Denver, I think they can beat Boston. I think against Dallas, I think Boston may get 18. Just because of matchup situations. But I must say that P.J. Washington Jr. is evolving as a star for the Mavericks in the playoffs right now.
Go ahead.
All right, Freddie, the phone line. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hey, good friends. How y'all doing?
What's happening? What's going on, Big Chief?
Man, I just still trying to get my sleep schedule back on place. So you know how that goes.
Yeah, man. I mean, you go to Tuscany for wedding and thing. You definitely got to get on that Euro schedule, Congratulations to JP and Vanessa Pinder on their nuptials. My schoolmate JP. Now, what is that household going to be like, Marvin? Tell me, are they going full Cincinnati, or are they still having a divided household for football?
No. Listen, JP married a sensible woman. She's built for the Chiefs.
So y'all got so he gonna put for the Chiefs now is what you're saying?
No, he can't. No, he ain't. No, come on. I said JP married a sensible woman.
Oh, okay. So y'all still leaving him in Cincinnati? Okay, I just want to make sure.
He's still saying with Cincinnati, man. Listen, we had a good time. I actually went out. I was in Rome to speak at the World Congress for Institutional Pharmacists, man. So
awesome stuff. You're doing your thing, man.
242.
You're really repping us to the world with that, man. Good stuff.
All of it. It's only home where they knock it down. But listen. I'm glad to see Pearly back, even though MJ did a good job. It's good to have Pearly. Listen, he came back, and while he came back, Oktani went on injured reserve. So I don't know if Pearly Must have went down there and slip Otani some fever grass and Thursday, and he couldn't figure out how to handle all of that.
Hey, like I always say, it's better to be hurt now than to be hurt in September, October.
You pay a guy that kind of money, it's better not to be hurt at all. That's ability is availability. So
that's true.
But anyway, my thing is this, man. We actually have some exciting playoffs, right? It's so nice to have a playoff where we ain't got to hear baloney about LeBron. We don't have to worry about Kawhi and all this other. It's like we got Denver, and we got, of course, the media darlings. Everybody wants Tatum to win one, but I still think the winner coming out the West. Whoever it is coming out the West, right? I don't think that Boston beats any of those teams that comes out there, because I think in the finals coaching becomes paramount. And Boston got the dumbest coach out of any of those teams remaining. That's just my take on it.
Stephen A. Smith alluded to that. He didn't call out and call him dumb, but he said if who's the brother who said this would that they would have swept. They would have swept this. They would have been set. He said they even have definitely picked Boston to be the NBA title. Now, to be honest with you, as a Laker, I hope that somebody beat them. I don't want them to get what they did before us.
But you have to remember that Boston did the same. We'll run through everybody last year, and then the Heat took them out. Okay? So, and the Heat really took them out, not just on play, but really supposed to really game plan. So we can see what happens there. But, I mean, Denver still, to me, is a team to beat. I think Minnesota is testing them, and it's going to help them to be prepared. Their role players are playing off the scene. Michael Porter Jr., I mean, I know, whatever his family got him stress going through, he's taking it out on the court, but he ain't gonna
go 10 for 11 tomorrow, though. Not 10 for 11.
Aaron Gordon is balling. He is balling. Like, I mean, I know Orlando look at that now and be like, where was that when we drafted you in the first round? But he is really doing a number on them. So, I mean, you'll see what happens on that end. But what I'm most excited about is season opener. They said Lamar down to Arrowhead. Because we can get
Lord.
Is the schedule out now completely?
It's been announced. That is the season opener.
Yeah, but the schedule's still not out yet, right?
The schedule's not out, but that one's out. We open up. They come to us.
Now you all know you all start slow. Mind Lamar don't come work some magic and do a thing on you all, you know.
Start slow against Baltimore. I think listen, you know how it is, right? You had that one dude in school, right? Who, no matter how bad you was someone on the court, when you see him, that's your chalk. And you know.
You mean like when the PLPC minutes? Yeah, chalk.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I said this before when it was Minnesota and Loretta. If the other party is rejoicing that you are their opponent, that should tell your party something. Okay? but anyway, So, but Lamar is Mahomes' chalk. Right? Listen, that's the only fellow who take an MVP from them. You know Mahomes to put on him every time you see him. Right? The way Shaq used to do San Antonio when David Robinson was done. Right? Because San Antonio did that thing where they said David Robinson must be 70 shots for him to take the scrum from Shaq. Shaq punished him every time he talked after that. That's what's gonna happen. And my good friends, my good Raven fans, gonna have to open the season in tears. But anyway, it'll be what it'll be. Worst comes to worst, we'll send them some free Taylor Swift tickets. But that'll help them out.
Boy, look here, don't let Starboy hear you talking all of this, boy. Starboy might come for you.
Starboy, listen, you forget the last person you said to come for me, and when he walk in the studio and see what it was, he won't turn around and live.
Yeah, well, he's a 49er, so I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
And that speaks volumes right there.
Don't come for me, buddy. My nickname is the Dragon. You can get all the smoke. So don't come for me. Now, my dog starting off from number one.
Next time I see you in person, I can tell you my take on your Dragon nickname, okay? But I just can't say it on air.
Don't make me you fall off. You getting older. You're mad one day. Anyway, fellas, good.
You and Pearly give me jokes today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make me laugh good today.
But I think football. Listen, I think football is going to be awesome, and I think you guys got a steal with our wide receiver from Texas, man. Worthy, I think, could slide in there and play that Tyreek Hill role. He's got to work on the routes. I don't think he's a good as route runner as Tyreek, but he's got the speed. He's got hands. I think Mahomes might make something of him for sure.
Well, you know, I'll say this. The issue with him in route running wasn't so much on him. It was the fact that who was playing. He was just not a great route passer. So Texas' biggest thing was let's get a bunch of speed and we just want fly by. Okay?
Gotcha.
And so I think he's already in rookie camp with Mahomes. Everybody showed up this year. They're doing the training, and I mean, they said the same thing about Rashee Rice last year at SMU. Oh, he's just a fly by night. And what did he do?
No, you know, I was on Rashee Rice early, man. I'm in Dynasty and Fantasy. When I saw them take him, I said, look, he's going to work out well with Mahomes. He's that kind of receiver.
Yeah. But Mike, I'm telling you that the wild card's going to be that kid they got from the rugby team, because I think finally having a blocking fullback on certain things is going to help, especially when they run when they run that crossing pattern.
I like Pacheco running behind that big rugby guy though, for sure.
Oh yeah. So I can tell you this right now. Last year was the year to get us. Last year was your year to get us. You didn't get us last year? Don't eat your lunch.
You're mouth hard, but you're mouth hard. You know,
man, they must stay sticky.
All this is contingent on one thing and one thing.
It's easy to be hard, but you can feel the last 4 Lombardis, man. Come on. I mean, it ain't hard.
You're the luck that you have had is your team has been healthy.
The luck?
That can run out.
Come on, listen to me. You realize if our offensive line was healthy, we'd be talking about...
No. When I say no. I talk about the main player.
Now.
The man, the myth, the legend himself. The GOAT for now. Okay.
You know, Jordan said it ain't bragging if it's true.
All right, I got this text in. Naughty tell Big Chief, I don't know why he's getting so excited over the regular season. That really doesn't matter. Both teams will make the playoffs. Once they get to the playoffs, let's go from there. Because I'm sure Mahomes isn't three-peating this year, despite his confidence. And also, looks like Rashee Rice looks like he's ready to join Henry Ruggs in the prison league.
No. Okay, first of all, let's talk.
I believe I know who sent that text too.
I know who said it.
I believe I know who.
And you tell him, me and him could always meet again. You tell him that. But here's the thing: Rashee is going to get a 6-game suspension. The NFLPA is going to take it and arbitrate it down. They're going to ask for 3. He's going to get a 4-game suspension. That's what's going to happen. Okay? He's going to get a 4-game suspension. Because our toughest game is probably going to be the opener against Baltimore. Okay? All right? The defense is all coming back. We'll be fine. The defense always starts quicker than the offense. In every good team, the defense is much more ahead first couple of weeks than the offense. I trust our defense against any offense that we play. So I ain't really worried about that end of it. The other thing is, everybody said last year we couldn't repeat. Let's go back. First they said we couldn't win no more because Tyreek left. And all we did was go back to back. So the same fellows who say we couldn't go back to back now say we can't go 3-peat. I mean, fool me once, shame on me. Fool you twice, shame on me twice.
No, it won't happen again, George Bush.
No. Well,
listen, like I said,
I don't mind them.
It's contingent on y'all staying healthy, and y'all have been fortunate to basically have a healthy team for the last 2 years. Yes, your offensive line had injuries. Yes, we know that. But basically, your key players have all stayed healthy for the most part. All
right?
Let's see if that happens.
Yeah. Happy. We ain't got nobody bitching about contracts. None of that stuff. We got everybody signed. Nobody's up for an extension. Everybody's good this year. That's what I'm telling you.
I hope Taylor don't break up it. I hope Taylor don't have, some distractions.
Listen, man. If Taylor break up with them, right? Then all they can do is go back to Dayton Sisters. Either way, he wins. He either got a billionaire or a big buck. One of the two.
Okay. All right.
John Lewis.
All right. Well, good stuff there, Big Chief. Glad to hear from you, man. We got to get to the picks now, but I'm sure we'll hear from you again in short order, especially everything Chiefs related.
Definitely.
Be safe, man. Good stuff, and glad you're back on this side of the world, and continued good work with the Pharmaceutical Association. and all those conventions you go to, man. Glad you putting us on the map in a good way, man.
Always, brother. Always, brother.
Be safe now. All right, good stuff as always. Listen to these texts. Naughty, he ain't no real Chief fan. But don't go there, boy. That's more Chief fan than that. That's one of the biggest I know.
That's more. He probably more Chiefs than I'm a Dolphin. So
he only ran that. No, boy, he been there a long time, Tex. I could attest to that. Long prior to Mahomes, he was there with Trent Green and Dick Vermeil and Priest Holmes and not Priest Holmes. Who was the running back that they had there in Kansas City, man? Was it Priest Holmes? Yeah, it was Priest Holmes. Yeah, it was Priest. All right, so yeah, let's get. All right, and once we get these picks in, then we'll take the break. And we'll get into the ride home. Nick Wright and Steve Broussard taking us home today, Pearly.
Well, that's interesting.
They said that Wemby is now set to replace LeBron as the face of the league. And Nick Wright reveals his latest superstars in the league. I think this is a good take right there, so you'll enjoy listening to that on the way home. So let's get these picks in real quick so we can get to the break. 2 big games in the NBA, all brought to you, of course, by the Allen game. And like I said, Celtics -8 over the Cavs tonight. Celtics with the point spread have been iffy. I like them in a money line situation to win tonight.
I agree.
Oklahoma City +1.5 on the road against Dallas. This is a seesaw series. I'm thinking, is OKC going to play 4 bad games in a row?
I think Dallas has found its rhythm. I'll take Dallas, and I'll take the points because Dallas can beat them.
I like OKC. I'm gonna just roll with them one more time again and see. I'll take the points and see if I get some good odds to win on that because it is a tight game. It's only 1.5. It's almost like a pick 'em. So I'll take OKC in that.
Okay, I'm going with the Dallas.
Tomorrow night's games, and we'll talk. I think the Knicks do cover the 2.5 points. Now, if you're a betting person, get that 2.5 line. I mean, the Pacers get +2.5 against the Knicks. Knicks got too much injuries. I think they get it done. And Minnesota +4.5 against Denver. I'll take Denver in the money line. I think Denver's got their number.
I think Minnesota pride can cost them have a pride game. I pick Minnesota tonight.
All right. Well, good stuff, man. You just come from Minnesota. That's why you picking Minnesota.
Hey. Listen, that state is buzzing Timberwolves, yeah? Buzzing Timberwolves. They looked like they were going to die when they lost yesterday.
Well, hopefully for your sake, they'll pull it off for you, man. But we got to get to the break right now. Nick Wright, Steve Broussard taking us home. So good stuff as always. Pretty glad you're back. And I will do it again tomorrow, my brother.
All right. No problem. See you tomorrow.
All right. Good stuff. Everybody who called in, chimed in, texted in, man. Good stuff today, man. We'll see you right here tomorrow on Talking Heads. Be good, Bahamas. And if you can be good at it. Nick Wright, Steve Broussard taking us home on the flip side of the break. Don't touch it.
Flames are catching a fire.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Yeah, what Boss Man was saying in the back there just now. About what? The luncheon? Why you always worried about food? No, about how we gotta pay a little more for national insurance. Mildred, you talking fool. I can't afford to pay that. And you're always crying, palm out. Ain't gonna be much. Boss still gotta pay. 1st of July, 2024. I think that terminal benefit is what did help my boy Tony through the pandemic. That same unemployment benefit. And guess what? What? Susan, I think she'd get a pregnancy benefit, eh? You mean maternity benefit, eh? So now, we gotta do our part to make sure we get our pension. All right.
For more information, visit nipratencrease.com.
Is it a burger? No. Is it pizza? Come on, man, it's KFC. Whatever the crunch this is, it's delicious. New, the Kentucky Chizza Sandwich. crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. Order your pizza sandwich now at kfcnassau.com or at your favorite KFC restaurant today. It's new and it's radical. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Make Mother's Day one to remember with a delightful Mother's Day brunch valued at $300 courtesy of Haagen-Dazs and Fun Foods Wholesale. It's simple. Just head over to Lickety Split or Super Value locations and purchase a pint of your favorite Haagen-Dazs ice cream for just $8.99. After purchasing, don't forget to write your full name and number on the back of your receipt and drop it into any entry box at the store. You're now in the running for our grand prize drawing, taking place on May 10th. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Happy Mother's Day from Haagen-Dazs. Promotion ends May 8th.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, De Gregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Is it a burger? No. Is it pizza? Come on, man, it's KFC. Whatever the crunch this is, it's delicious. New, the Kentucky Pizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. Order your pizza sandwich now at kfcnassau.com or at your favorite KFC restaurant today. It's new and it's radical. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Opening of Club Superstar. The rules of the club. Quick reminder, 12-person max, 1 in, 1 out. Athletic wear, not only encouraged, it's actually required. Is your favorite player in the club, in line, or recently thrown out for lackluster play? Well, for that, I'll turn you over to the NBA's strictest doorman, Nick Wright.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. As always, Kevin Wilds, thank you to our security for being here fresh off their shift at the club last night. So, last year's club, let's give you a quick refresher. Last year, these 12 were in: Anthony Davis, Booker, Jimmy Butler, Dame, Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, KD, LeBron, Luka, Steph, and Tatum. Last year, waiting in line, Ant-Man, Ja, Donovan, SGA, and De'Aaron Fox. And we had kicked out CP3 and Kawhi to make room for the newest entrants to the club. So who will be in this year? First, let's show you who has been kicked out. Kicked out of the club: Damian Lillard.
Fair.
Okay. Devin Booker. Okay. Jimmy Butler. They are all out of the club. Coffee. That means we have openings.
Coffee.
For he was drinking coffee in the club. We didn't like that to begin with, but he made the final, so he was in. So Devin's throwing a book. Dame's dropping his watch. Doesn't matter. They're out.
Okay.
So that means 3 new spots are available. Let's go to the top right corner of the club, the Cancun room, reserved for people who don't make the postseason. This year it's Steph by himself. Now, keep in mind, no matter how great you are, You cannot be in the Cancun room in consecutive seasons.
Oh, no. What?
That's just the rules.
You can't be in the Cancun.
You cannot kick Steph.
Well, he's
eventually.
Well, I'm telling you, if next year the Warriors miss the postseason, we're either going to have to amend the club's constitution, or Steph's going to have to go out.
It's fair.
All right, let's pan over to the left a bit. LeBron's throwing Anthony Davis. See, AD
in the club.
Oh,
Sorry.
you wanted to kick AD out? You go ahead. You want to kick him out? He had been kicked. The reason he's hiding is because AD was in the original club and then kicked out and then got back in last
that's
year.
fair.
And so now he's already been kicked out once before.
Not in, but right now,
and so
he's firmly in this year.
Security's got his eye on AD.
He didn't hurt himself.
Yeah,
this year.
I thought he had an outstanding season. Played 75 games.
Superstar.
They lost the defending champ.
Okay, all right, now pan over to the DJ booth. Oh, who's dancing? Ant-Man in the club. Ant-Man in the club. Once again, by the way, the club sponsored by our friends at Logos.
We're still doing Logos.
Well, they got a lifetime sponsorship. It's a crazy thing. Shout out to them. Giannis DJ.
The roof. He is clearly
no, that's not what he's doing.
The roof.
What he's doing.
The roof is on fire.
No, that's not what he's doing. He's doing his slightly inappropriate celebration, if we must, guys. Now, let's move on and show more of the club. MVP hangout.
Sure.
Joker now with 3 trophies. Joel Embiid still nursing that Shirley Temple. I assume Wilds also wants to kick Joel Embiid out of the club? You're trying to kick Anthony Davis out?
Kicking him out of the club.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. That's the MVP room.
Well, that was the MVP room, but now Joker's the only MVP, so it's fine. All right. Let's move over to the right a bit. Who's that sitting on Durant's couch? Oh, it's SGA. SGA. In the club. Durant still chilling, texting on the couch. Luka resting his knees, sitting.
That's good.
And that leaves
someone coming.
Well, that looks like Jason Tatum because it's Celtics green, but don't show the far. So that means there is one spot unrevealed. Or one new person unrevealed.
Okay, 2 more spots open.
Yeah, of course.
This is the big one.
Show it, please. Jalen Brunson.
After an 18-point performance.
Superstar. Oh, the club is not fickle.
Why?
The club is not going to all of a sudden revoke admission based on one performance.
When they lose to the Pacers, he's going to be the guy.
And so, well, here's the deal. So now we must show one other thing.
Who's in line?
Who is waiting in line for the club? Wemby going to have to duck down. Jamal Murray trying to trip Wemby with a heating pack so he can come in next. You see that? Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and Kyrie Irving.
Thank you, Kyrie.
He's burning sage for the record. Nothing inappropriate. All of those guys in line for the club. New to the line, Maxey, Wemby, and Kyrie. That is club superstar.
That's pretty good.
3.0. Chris Broussard.
I got issues.
Okay, let's show the whole thing real quick before you do if we can show the full, we'll show everything. That's the bottom of the club, who's in line and who's out. And I don't know if we can show the entire thing top to bottom. There it is. Shout out at Pure Hoop on Twitter, who does a brilliant job with all of our illustrations, works for some NBA teams as well. There is Club Superstar 3.0.
All right, I love Kyrie being in line.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if I went to 14, if there were 14 allowed, I think Kyrie's in there. I'm going to put Ja in line. And I know he's got his issues, but, you know, it's a club. It's a club. It's not the library. It's not, you know, it's not school. It's a club.
Yeah, but did Ja do
not last year, but he's going to come in line. He's going to ball, right. He's going to ball this year.
It's been a while.
I do agree with Wemby not quite being in because it's about what you do.
Yes.
Or what you have done, not what we expect next year. He's going to be crazy and probably jump in next year. But Nick, look, I've been saying it, and I'm consistent. They don't call me Mr. Consistency.
No, they don't.
But
they don't.
I am consistent. Jalen, I'm sorry. And I get that he's banged up now, and I'm not going to, I think that's a big part of why he's struggling in these last few games. 2 for 11 from 3 in the last 2 games. I do think Halliburton, at least, you're right, first game, obviously, Halliburton didn't play well. Last 3 games, Halliburton's been the best player on the floor. I'm shocked that he's so far back in
the line is much like tiers. It's not left to right. It's just a line. It's just when you show
all right, well, I'm cool with that. But Donovan Mitchell, what does he have to do to get in? I mean, he's better than Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry. And he's got a better resume.
He's made far more All-Star teams. He's made an All-NBA team. He's been the number one option on his teams from the day he stepped foot in the NBA. He's averaged 20 points at least every year. In the playoffs, he gets better. Regular season career average is 24 points. Playoff career average is 28 points. He is playing lights out in this postseason after a shaky start. I mean, I don't know what there's not. He's just done more, and I think is flat out better than Jalen Brunson.
So he's obviously done more over the course of his career. There's no doubt about it. I would say they both have. Jalen's only had 2 years as a number one option. Now that's because he wasn't as good immediately.
For that,
no, I understand that. But when he was, they did play head-to-head in the playoffs, and it's not just that the Knicks won. It's that Jalen was better in that series than Donovan Mitchell. And what if Jalen Brunson, in only his, to your point, second year as the number one option, gets further in the postseason than Donovan Mitchell ever has? I think you think the Knicks could win.
It's the East versus
Well,
the
Donovan's
West.
in the East now. And so, I mean, if he makes a conference finals at this point, this is going to be our point of contention disagreement. So let me.
I mean, by that logic, why is Embiid in there? I mean, I'm just saying, by that logic, if we're just looking at how far they go in the playoffs.
No, it's not just.
No, he should be. I'm just saying by that logic.
No, I'm saying, but it's not just that. But I also think
that's the only argument.
Donovan was not good in the postseason as last year in Utah. Was not good in the postseason last year, and like you said, had not been great in this postseason until the end of round one. And so I think Jalen Brunson's better than Donovan Mitchell. Go ahead, Wallace.
I made the case for this guy last week when we were talking about Club Superstar. When we did our nice little outing to go to MSG, we could have picked any game, and we picked what? We have to see Wemby. He's a superstar. Let's drop what we're doing, go see Wemby. In and out of the club. Everybody's got one guy. These three teams have one guy in, one guy out. Embiid is in, Maxi's out of line. KD's in, Booker's out. Luka's in, Kyrie's out. The Lakers got to have two guys in. Wouldn't it make sense? LeBron is in, AD is out in Wemby's spot. Wow.
Go ahead.
I mean,
if you have two superstars, you need to be in the conference finals and not get swept.
Well, they did play. They were in the conference finals a year ago, and if they don't meet the defending champions in round one, maybe they go that far.
They would lose to Minnesota if that happened.
Look, LeBron should definitely be in there.
LeBron is not an argument.
I can argue that AD had a better year because if you count the defensive end, he's a superstar.
If I am, who's running the Spurs? R.C. Buford's still running the Spurs? Sure. If R.C. Buford is called Pelinka, say, hey.
No, that's different.
Nobody's trading Wemby.
No,
exactly.
You're not trading Wemby for
So why is AD belong there and Wemby doesn't?
So hold on, let me ask. Can I ask it a different way?
AD had a great year this season.
Put him in the basketball reference coffee shop then.
Hold on.
He's also a top 75. It was premature.
Oh my God!
He officially is a top 75.
That's an old restaurant that serves brunch.
And he's still young.
Can I ask a different question to Wild?
Yes.
Do you believe of the 12 guys in, AD is 12th? Because because to me, if you're saying if you're saying Wemby needs to be in, then I think that the 12th guy should fall off. Are you saying?
I'm saying the Lakers don't deserve to have two superstars on their team and be in the play-in.
I understand that argument.
Okay, and I would take the tall guys out.
But I get that. But that is not that is not how I was not looking at this as your team must have X amount of success for you to have X amount of players on it. Like, by that definition, maybe Jaylen Brown should be in because the Celtics have so much, but I don't think he's better than those guys. The question that I would have for Brew is this, I guess, similar one. Aside from Jalen Brunson, who obviously is what you would say, let's say next year we have to put two in. Let's say it's Wemby and whomever, Donovan Mitchell, whatever it is. I know you would take out Jalen Brunson. Who do you think's club superstar seat is the hottest right now of those guys? And good
question.
Look, just because of age, it could be Steph.
What?
I mean, I'm just like, he's obviously always going to be.
I think because of age, it might be Durant.
Kevin Durant?
You know what? I'll agree with that. I'll put Durant ahead of.
So you're going to have Kevin Durant out and AD in?
Yeah.
He's Kevin Durant.
And he just got swept. unceremoniously
won a game.
with
They
a
won one game.
22-year-old talking trash in his face.
I mean, hold on, Wilds. Do you think right now Kevin Durant's better than Anthony Davis?
Yes.
Okay. See, I think it's at least arguable. I think that's closer than.
I also think, look, and I know he's got the MVP. At some point, Embiid is gonna have to start doing something like in the postseason. I'm just saying, I have no issue with him being in. He should definitely be in.
He's a top
But
guy.
I mean, we're gonna start, you know,
Club
holding him accountable.
superstar, roaring
This
success.
is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.